Welcome to Nourish and Flourish. My guest today is my good friend for many years, since 1974. Her name is Joan D'avanzo. And I first met Joan when Joan was teaching at the school where I started, my first year teaching.
That's right.
I'd like to talk about the big event that we have planned here for this community.
Yes, Saturday, July 14th, we have our 8th annual. Bob and I, my former boyfriend, who is now my husband, we do a garden party for the animals. And this is something that I became very sensitive to, an issue that I became very sensitive to probably about 8 or 9 years ago. And what we're raising funds for now on Saturday is for spaying and neutering of dogs and cats, to help people that can't afford to get their animals spayed or neutered, to help them out financially, and to spay and neuter feral cats, which are wild cats.
So can you tell us more about how you use your art in this?
Sure, yeah. And my thought about giving back is I have so much in my life. I guess I've been nourished so much that I feel that I have to give nourishment to other things in my life. And that's not only my immediate family, but also it's the animals just happen my way. I have 2 sheltered dogs, Nina and Joshua, and I love them dearly, and I feel like I gave them a home. And there are so many animals out there that don't have homes, and they're just really sweet and loving animals, and they're put in a situation. They're put in shelters because of different situations, whether it be divorce or death in the family or whatever. And so I feel that my nourishing is giving back to these animals. And I feel that the best way to stop all of the animals that are going into the shelters is to educate people about spaying and neutering their pet.
So you went from teaching to teaching art to then you had some of your own exhibits as well, the artwork.
I've exhibited in Manhattan, in Long Island, in Florida, so yeah, different states in the United States. I've always loved doing one-woman shows. Going back to the shelter animals again, some people may go to a shelter, or as people call it, the pound, looking for a particular animal, and they go to their local shelter and they don't see that animal. Somewhere along the line there isn't that bond that's made, or maybe they're looking for a particular breed. And several years ago, a young couple started a national website called petfinder.com, where you can go onto petfinder.com and look at thousands of animals all across the United States, and possibly see an animal that interests you.
What is it that got you going with this passion of animals?
So I just saw how many thousands of animals are being needlessly euthanized every year. So now it's my driving force. Like I was saying before with my exhibit, I'm trying to draw awareness about petfinder.com, and then anything that I sell in my show goes towards spaying and neutering of local animals here.
That's wonderful.
There's so many animals, and I wanted to spread the word too. I wanted to let people know that they can get as much love or give as much love to a shelter animal as they can to a purebred bird.
Well, it's supposed to be very healing for people to have animals. It's often recommended for older people to get a dog to care for, because the dogs give unconditional love, right?
They do. They do. And I think it's been shown in nursing homes that just the petting of an animal, quite often they have pet therapy dogs now that go into nursing homes. And just the touching of the animal lowers people's blood pressure, it brings them joy, it brings them happiness. So the dog brings smiles to people's faces as soon as they walk through the door.
I wanted you to tell me more about the celebrity quilt.
About 5 years ago, I decided to write to, actually I was at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Manhattan, and an artist from the 1800s was making a quilt, and she sent out quilt squares to different presidents and other writers and artists of the day, and she asked them to sign the quilt. So I said, gee, what a great idea, and here I am. I love to work with cloth, So I went home and I created a letter, and I took little 4x4 muslin squares and I sent them out to writers and artists and presidents and movie stars and comedians and politicians and athletes. And as of today, I have over 100, maybe about 125 signatures.
Fantastic.
And that includes 3 United States presidents: President Clinton, Senior President Bush, and unfortunately just passed away, President Ford.
So besides the presidents, who else signed your quilt?
Oh, let's see. We Edward Albee has signed, and Barbra Streisand, Carol Burnett, Mary Tyler Moore, Bernadette Peters, Bob Barker, of course, Betty White, all of the animal lovers, Peter Falk, who also wrote a nice little saying on there about the animals. Apparently he's got 2 or had 2 shelter animals. Jeff Bridges, and when they can, I ask them to sign the names of their animals too, which a lot of people did. John McCain.
Get back to the animals, because I know this was a huge progression from being a volunteer who just went to walk the dogs once in a while to get a little care a few hours a week.
Yeah. We opened up a clinic about 2 years ago, which and I'm with a group called the Cape May County Animal Shelter Alliance. And pretty much what we do is, our mission is very aggressive spaying and neutering within the county, doing TNR, which is trap, neutering, and releasing of feral cats, and educating people about the importance of humane animal care. And through the clinic and through the support of local vets, within about a two-year period, we've altered well over 2,000 animals. Just to give you an idea of the importance of spaying and neutering, if you were to take a male cat and a female cat and put them in your backyard, and this male cat is not neutered and the female cat is not spayed, and you close that door in your backyard and you open that door 7 years later, how many cats do you think you would have?
So
It is approximately 420,000 cats.
Wow.
Just starting from 2. So that just gives you an idea of how important it is to get these dogs and cats spayed or neutered. And these are wonderful animals. So,
and they seem to be so appreciative. I've also taken the cats we've had were cats that were found, and they seem very appreciative of the homes. They seem to know that.
They know.
They have a new lease on life, a new gift.
Yeah, they do. They do know. I remember somebody said once that an animal feels that despair when it goes into the shelter. You know, here it is. It's a strange place with other animals barking, and it's just, you know, they want the warmth, they want the fireplace, they want a warm rug to cool
and the bond with their master.
And they want the bond. Yeah. Spayed and neutered animals live healthier lives. It's been proven medically that they are less likely to get tumors. They're less likely to roam, and so being less likely to get hit by a car. In my spiritual readings, which have a Buddhist and Hindu background to them, they talk about respect of life, respect of people, and so I try to tie that into my work. And as a matter of fact, some of the affirmations that I've been reading in my books, like some of the affirmations that you have in the book that you wrote, I've included in my artwork.
It's wonderful spending the afternoon in your garden here.
Thank you, Janet.
And you have a website on this that's
I do.
So tell us the.
And it's called jonesdesignermutts.com. Anything that's sold from there goes to spaying and neutering.